Triple E EDC back again with another knife video. This is the Benchmade Griptilian in 20CV and G10. This is the upgraded version. It comes in a couple different versions, but let's talk about the good and the bad of this knife. And before we do that, let's get into the size comparisons. So let's look at the Paramilitary 2, Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and Spyderco Paramilitary 3. So you can see the Griptilian is kind of an in-between size on these, although Benchmade does a much better job on the blade to handle ratio on the Griptilian than Spyderco does on the Paramilitary 2 and the Para 3. All right, let's go ahead and look at the Benchmade 940. This is the Smoky Mountain Knife Works version, and the Benchmade Freak. So again, this is an in-between size, in between the 940 and the Benchmade Freak. That being said, the blades are all similar sizes, with the Benchmade Freak being just slightly, ever so slightly larger, and the 940 being ever so slightly larger as well, I believe. Again, I don't do measurements on this channel. You guys can look up the specs. The Ontario Rat 1 and ZT0562. So you can see one of the reasons that the Griptilian is so popular is because it's just a very EDC-friendly size. It's sort of an in-between size of a lot of other models that are also very EDC-friendly sizes. So this is the medium knife of all medium knives, in my opinion. And so it sort of fits that just right category. The blade on this, one of the good things about this is the blade, number one on this version is 20CV. This is the 550-1. 20CV, as you might know, is one of the best, if not the best steel that's around. It has a similar composition as 204P, CTS-4 204P, and Bowler M390. They're basically all the same, but made by different brands, or mostly the same. But those are generally considered to be the best balance of the different characteristics you might get in steel. So for an EDC pocket knife, the good balance of everything is what you're looking for. So the 20CV is good. G10 is a composite material. It is extremely tough and extremely wear resistant and just light and good in the hand. It's an excellent material for a knife. And so this version is quite nice. I also really like the black DLC coating, which actually has held up very well against the gray, and also the blue liners in here are really nice. So I really think that's a great touch. I think Benchmade did a good job with that. They also did a good job putting the clip on here, the deep carry clip. I think that's an excellent decision. Their deep carry clip is one of the best clips around, really, with almost any knife in the production category in this price range. So I'm very happy to have this. One of the drawbacks of their clips, especially the black ones, is that you do get this wear on them. Thankfully, you can get, you used to be able to get free clips, but I think you get one a year free now, and the rest are $5 a piece. But that's still not that expensive to get a new clip if you want a new clip, so it's not terrible. I would prefer, though, that Benchmade made the clips parkerized or some method that would not wear away the black coating. So that's the good. And also the ergonomics on this are excellent. They call it the Griptilian because you can get an excellent grip on this. The jimping is fantastic. It's perfectly spaced, perfect to lock your hands in there, and you know the handle shape is just extremely ergonomic. It's a great shape, and very comfortable to hold in your hand all day. The texture on the G10 on this version of it is actually much less pronounced than the FRN version. This has FRN. You can see on here just the definition of the bumps on the FRN versus the bumps on the G10, and it does translate in your hand. You can really feel them on the FRN, but you can't feel them as much on the G10, and I think this is enough for grip. I don't think it needs to be this grippy. Although if you work with gloves, you know, it might be better and you don't have it digging in your hand. That's not terrible. So, just a couple of notes on that. I'm going to make this a quick review because I've got a couple to do tonight. I've got to get some knives, but knives out tomorrow, and I've got to review them before they go out. So I'm going to go ahead and just go right into the bad. Okay, so what's bad about this knife? One is the, again, the pocket clip, the fact that it wears away. No finger choil is, over here is not a great thing, although that's never been a feature of the Griptilian. And the other thing that really is not good about this is the price. I believe they go for around, $175, $180. When the basic Griptilians go for around 100 in S30V now, and you can still get discontinued models in either D2 or 154CM, at different places. For less than 100, you're talking 80, 90 bucks. It's just not a good value proposition. And I don't think that it's really held up for the long haul against other things in the same category at the price range. One of those is another one that Benchmade makes. I heavily prefer the 940. And obviously this is an upgraded version of it. I have plenty of the base versions. I have the 943 here with the same aluminum that the 940 uses. I really prefer the 940 to the Griptilian for a couple of reasons. You still feel like it's an excellent handle without having, the width in the pocket. It gives you plenty of blade here, really the same amount of blade either way. And the axis lock makes it pretty tough for whatever job that you might need it for. So that's another thing that to keep in mind. One other note that I forgot to talk about is the Spidey Hole here on your Benchmade. So Spyderco, as you may know, has like a trademark on these round holes. I think they had some sort of license agreement with them on just the sheep's foot version. This Spidey Hole is only available on the sheep's foot version. And the thumb studs are on the other versions, the Tonto and the drop point. Sorry about that. Lost my train of thought for a minute. So the main point of this, the main takeaway from this is, is this an excellent knife and does it hold up? Is this an excellent knife? Yes. First of all, yes. This is an excellent knife. Great for EDC. I highly recommend this as a knife. Okay. Next question. Does it hold up in today's market? I don't think it's aged particularly well, but it's aged well enough that if you want one of these, I would still recommend it. Question 3, is it worth the value proposition? I would argue no, but if you buy one of these on the secondary market, there's no reason you can't find one if you're patient enough for around 120, and then it's a really good value. So that's really what the takeaways that I want to give you on this. It also, just one other thing, it comes in a satin blade or DLC, and the scales are going to be the same either way. Oh, and I keep thinking of things that I left out. Sorry, guys. One other thing is these are full liners in here. I think you can see in here that the liners. Let's see if you can look. So normally you have the cartridge liners, so you still have the cartridge liners, but you have G10 that lines it the rest of the way. So this is a much stronger, and more solid feeling knife than the base version of the FRN version, which has just the cartridge liners in milled out, I don't know if you can see it, in milled out FRN, or actually Benchmade calls it Grivery. It's basically plastic, guys. Okay, so again, the FRN scales, Grivery scales are plastic. These are G10. Okay, so thanks for watching again, guys, and go ahead and sign off. Go ahead and like this video and give a thumbs up, or like and thumbs up, the same thing. Leave a comment in the comment section, and go ahead and hit the subscription button and hit the notification bell so you can get all of my content. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.